KK, you were low yesterday too. You may want to try to reconnect if you can.
Can you hear me loud and clear? Or?
No,
No,
you're
sounds like
really, really low.
you're at the other end of the room.
Yeah.
Need new earphones or new earplugs.
Oh, that sounds a bit better. Yeah, that's good.
Is that better?
It's much better.
Much better.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Thanks.
If you're all ready, then I can start the recording, introduce you, and we can go into the LoveChain project. Welcome to the WellCoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host today. Today we have joining us LoveChain, and it's a decentralized social media platform. And the Love token was had its IEO on Bitmart. We'll go into the details about the LoveChain, the NFT marketplace, the online store, and everything else about the project shortly. But can you first introduce yourselves with your background and experience, guys?
Sure, I'll go first.
One of you there. KK.
Hello. Sorry, you'd unmuted
Oh yeah.
me. Yes.
Oh yeah.
So,
You're back now. Yeah.
my name's Ken Kaiser. I'm the CEO of the LoveChain. I've had over 20 years experience in the centralized world, from board member, a number of different companies to CEO, coming through the ranks of sales, marketing, commercial management, done, been in a few M&As, mainly in the FMCG category. Been in the crypto space a number of years, just as a trader and an investor. I initially came in as an investor into the LoveChain and started with the business earlier this year as we were looking to go live with the applications and build a strong team. So the founders brought me in and been working with them since the start of the year. So that's really my background, and I'm sure we'll get into more details.
I don't know if anyone else wants to introduce themselves or.
Yeah, hi. I'm Adam Esfera. I'm great to be here. I'm the co-founder of the LoveChain along with Omar Diab. My background is I'm a corporate lawyer. Been in corporate law for around 20 years, specialising in areas such as mergers, acquisitions, privacy law, social media law, which is an actual thing. Many may not think that it is, but it is. And I've been in the corporate space, corporate business world as well, along with being involved in the crypto space as a trader, investor, for around 4-5 years now, mainly through working together with Omar.
On markets
out
with
there.
5 years experience and really
Can't actually.
Oh, Omar, I think we're losing you. You may want to reconnect, huh?
Yeah, I might try. Can you hear me now at all?
That sounds better, yeah.
That's much better.
So I've got about 25 years in financial markets trading, specific derivatives. Started, in the crypto space probably back around 2000 and actually, try investing, and then taking a dive in tech, and that's pretty much where we got the idea for what we're doing at the time. But obviously, we'll talk more about that as we go along.
Okay, great, guys. So you did your IEO on Bitmart. How did that go? And then can we go into some details about the LoveChain for community investors? Did you hear us?
Yeah.
Guys?
So So the IEO on Bitmart 2 weeks weeks ago. It was really successful. It was sold out, I think, in about 6 hours, which was good. You know, what it means for us is it gives us more exposure in terms of the project and what we're doing. It's a stepping stone in the long picture vision. And
Cutting out again.
Yeah, Omar, you're still breaking up. Any chance you can maybe try to reconnect or try a different network, Wi-Fi if you got it or something? Yeah. Yeah, you're really breaking up.
So maybe if someone else in the team could start with an introduction for LoveChain, that'd be great.
Yeah, so,
Adamo, you're up. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as Omar was saying, we held the IO around 2 weeks ago now through Bitmart. It was very successful in that it was sold out within a matter of hours. I think it was around 6 hours. They told us that it was one of their most popular ones that they've ever had, which is a great endorsement of our project and what we're doing with the LoveChain. And I'll just maybe just touch on quickly on what the LoveChain is. The LoveChain is an app, a social media app that's bringing the Web3 functionality into the conventional social media space. What we mean by that is that through the integration of key decentralized technologies, our aim is to deliver decentralized governance, decentralized content storage, and decentralized content ownership, being NFTs, to our users. It has a number of unique selling points, primarily in that the users are able to create their own NFTs out of the content and their posts, which is the LoveChain is the first social media platform in the world that allows a user to create their own NFTs from the content that they post on the platform. Another unique selling point is the integration of our digital wallet into the app, which will allow users to store their content and other supported cryptocurrencies, many of which we will accept as currency for our own NFT and e-commerce marketplaces as we introduce those features in the coming months.
Adam, and you're looking to decentralize social media. These centralized platforms, it gets quite messy, and your users' data is sold to third parties, and your platform is going to offer users their own data. They're going to own their own data. Is that correct?
Yeah. So what we're doing, so that's a very good point that you raised there. As you know, with the current many social media platforms, your content, your data is and your personal information is essentially owned and used by the platform. The platform is big, or the social media platform is essentially just a platform that allows you to put content on there, but they actually profit from all that content and your data and personal information. With the LoveChain, we are rewarding our users for allowing us to use their content, their data, their personal information, and that is by way of them earning the Lover Reward token. With the LoveChain, we have two tokens: the Love token, which is our native governance token, which has been listed on Bitmart, and which is also going to be listed on PancakeSwap in around 24 hours time, actually, which we're really excited about. And then we also have the Lover Reward token, which is our reward token, which is able to be earned by our users on the platform, and also able to be used in the LoveChain ecosystem as well.
And can we go into some details how the LoveChain social media platform works, what you're sort of trying to achieve, and what is LoveChain solving?
The social media space is becoming fairly fragmented. I think first and foremost, social media users usually have around 7 to 8 social media apps on their phones, on their devices that they use regularly, and also social media is becoming a lot more fragmented these days. And we've got your large social media platforms that are well known to everyone, but then there's mid to smaller ones that cater to niche communities, such as book lovers or gamers or movie lovers or whatever it might be. And the LoveChain is just really introducing unique features that resonate with the large platforms, but also existing crypto communities, so NFT creation, digital wallets, decentralized governance, and also obviously giving the users the option to, when it comes to sharing their data, their content, their personal information, which are all important things. And also we're looking at eliminating fake accounts. As we know, there's been a lot of media this year around a particular transaction, which is sort of derailed because of a number of fake accounts that have been revealed on that platform. So they're many of the things that we're trying to address in with the LoveChain.
So how are you going to police the platform? Like YouTube, I saw the other day an influencer had 4 million followers, and as far as I could see, he didn't do anything wrong. He just got his account deleted. So how would you be fair, and what's the terms and conditions?
So in terms of, I suppose, policing content, there is a rather strict policy in what users can post and can't post, so forth. And we go back to the actual the name of the platform, the social media app, which is the LoveChain. So we're there wanting to create a community around love, which is the #1 hashtag across social media, and it's really a place for everyone to come and share, whether it be memories, things that they love, whether it be things of interest, and other hobbies and so forth. But also in terms of policing the app in terms of fake accounts, one way that is being done by is that, because we have an integrated digital wallet, we will be undertaking KYC on new users, which would then be a way of eliminating fake accounts.
We're supporting individuals who would like to use the platform in whatever way, and I was reading on the white paper, it's an interesting read about micro influencers, how their opinions and recommendations are far more trusted by followers. Are you going to be supporting sort of micro influencers on the platform as well?
Yeah, 100%. Because
Adam, stop hogging the limelight to pass it over to me. I know you like the sound of your voice, but let us all.
No, not at all.
That's funny.
Not at all.
So I'll take on that one. Definitely is a strategy for us, is micro influencers, micro and macro influencers. So we've already got a number of both engaged that we will be working with us. Number of them engaged because of what our platform stands for, that want to come on board. Number of them engaged as already investors within the LoveChain. So we have already a number that have come on board, and we'll be launching as our app is launched and each phase is launched. Then we'll have a number of micro influencers that will be on the LoveChain, on our socials, and communicating to really build our monthly average users, and same with some of the larger macro influencers that we're going to have on board.
Just on that point, with the LoveChain, they actually have an opportunity in being able to earn from their content, unlike on other social media platforms where they actually have to be approached by third parties to promote certain products and services. On the LoveChain, they're actually able, by just posting certain content, having likes and so forth, and obviously the NFT creation feature, they're able to earn from their content that they're posting and sharing.
So that's really what we stand for, right? On the other major social media apps, your content is used, and you don't get any rewards for it. So ours is all about, the content you create, you get rewarded for the likes, you get rewarded for the NFT, you get rewarded for the blockchain uploads, you get rewarded for the comments, you get rewarded for your uploading of music, your stories, your pictures, your videos, you get rewarded. And those tokens are listed. So you can either use them within our ecosystem, or you can cash them out. So that's what we're all about. It's the app that loves you back, we call it, because you get rewarded for it, and even for allowing us to use your data. we ask you permission, and if you allow us, then we will reward you for it.
Okay, and how does the platform work for users? Do you have to give an email to sign up? Do you need to hold some tokens? Is there any VIP if you hold tokens, or and you can use the tokens, as you say, to create NFTs on the platform as well?
So sign-up process is very simple. You go through a normal sign-up process. The only part is what Adam mentioned is the KYC, because we integrate a digital wallet, and you receive a digital wallet with sign-up. So it's pretty straightforward. And at that point, we ask you, will you allow us to use your data? If you do, you get X amount of tokens. Those tokens for creation of, as mentioned, videos, pictures, stories, and getting likes and so forth, or which we call loves on the LoveChain. You get those, you get tokens into your wallet, and you can use those tokens in our integrated NFT marketplace or in our e-commerce marketplace. Or you can cash them out like any other token, that you cash out today on an exchange. So, they're the main areas. But if we're looking into our tokens, there's going to be a number of avenues to create revenue streams. So we're going to have obviously advertising as we build users. We're going to have our integrated e-commerce platform that users can be in prime position on that. We'll have revenue from an NFT marketplace trade. So every time you trade, there'll be revenue coming in. So there's a numerous revenue streams that our app will create. So just summarize, I think I blundered that a little bit, but advertising stream, NFT creation revenue, NFT marketplace revenue. We've got our e-commerce revenue. So we've got a number of different streams. So as Adam said when he was introducing what we stand for. So we're bridging the gap between Web3 from the conventional social media space, and that's why I invested in this initially. That's how I came into this project as an investor, because I loved the size of the space, because social media got 4.62 billion users worldwide, and if we can make it more efficient by bringing it into the Web3 space, which exactly what we're doing, and rewarding those users on our platform, this project and this application will be really significant. And not by that many users, by getting a small amount of users. This could be one of the largest projects in Web3 space. That's what excited me, and that's what excited our investors.
Okay, great, KK. And who are you sort of targeting? I mean, love, yeah, is number one, world's number one hashtag. And so is it around that sort of theme? And would the online store offer like cups with love on, and people could make their own merchandise if they're an influencer? And I imagine like yoga teachers would be into positive words like love, and inspirational speakers and things like that.
Yeah, so we're targeting creators. Our low-hanging fruit to start off with is the crypto community, because they understand digital wallets, they understand the NFT, they obviously understand marketplaces in the space. So that's our focus to start off with. But within that, we want the creators. So we've got those that are creating, if it's art, if it's fashion, if it's photography, capturing a specific moment in time. We always talk about those viral videos that are captured and obviously go viral. If it's your baby doing something funny at a point in time, if it's the pet doing something funny at a point in time, we've all seen them. We're capturing that. So it's really the creative economy, those that are currently on the other socials that aren't getting rewarded, to get rewarded with our application. That's our target, and we're going to be doing that, like we mentioned, through micro influencers, through influencers, through press and media, and we'll have our own exclusive NFT collection. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be very exciting with what we're going to be coming out with. And we've got a whole roadmap of features that it's just keep it very blunt, it's a really cool fucking app. You know, we're going to have live streaming. We're going to have, you know, different user types, business, couples, families, not only individuals. So we're going to have a lot of features that a lot of other apps don't have in one. You know, we've got music, we've got words, we've got photographs, we've got, you know, we've got all those items in one. It's like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all in one. And it's, you know, we've got it live already. So we've got a beta version out in our community. So it's, and that's why, you know, the founders particularly, and Adam can speak to this more, and Omar, is, you know, we wanted to wait to launch on exchanges when we had a product that people could touch and feel. So, you know, we're in the process of having that launch on the Apple App Store, which will follow by the Android store. So, you know, people got something in their hand. It's not just a meme or a token. It's got utility, and it's going to have revenue that create a profit, and it's a business of its own. So, you know, as this business grows and utility grows and all these features that, you know, we're adding to it, you know, you're going to have more users because it's just a really great functional application, and people are going to get rewarded. It's like a business for themselves that they could use full time, and, you know, receive tokens for that, which, you know, as I said, that's money going into their pocket, and the NFTs that they can sell at, you know, whatever value that someone's willing to pay. So, you know, there's a full-time business for the creative economy.
And you can have advertising on the platform, the social media platform. What are you looking to do with the profits from that? Would some go to save the token for buyback and burns, or give them back to the users inside the ecosystem?
Yes, both. So
I might answer this one.
it's about time, Omar. You've been bludging a little bit.
Sorry,
Your turn
guys.
to-
Yeah, I have to find a better spot. Advertising revenues are obviously, you know, the key part by which most social media platforms make their money. What we're doing, and this is a part of, I guess, integrating, you know, blockchain technology and somewhat of a decentralized ethos to the model, is we're giving our token holders the opportunity to participate directly in the revenue streams that we create through the staking mechanisms that both tokens will have. So, for example, the Love token, which is the one that is currently listed on Bitmart and shortly to be listed on PancakeSwap, that's our governance token. Some of its key functionalities are obviously tied to the governance function, so that's in the way of making proposals and voting on proposals that may shape the future evolution of the platform. But also from, I guess, a participation perspective outside the governance function, there is the staking mechanism, which allows holders to access 18% of the revenue streams that the platform generates. As far as the rewards holders are concerned, because content creation is an integral part of the success of any social media platform. I mean, social media, when you think of it, is pretty much bringing two types of users together. One is those who create content, and that can be anybody, and two, those that want to watch or view that content, comment, you know, like, etc. So for us, the rewards tokens basically have access to a minimum of 30% of the platform's revenues. They will also be able to be staked, and there is a buyback function that is tied to those, simply to replenish the reward pool over time. Those reward tokens will be listed initially on a decentralized exchange, and that'll happen from day one when we go into the public launch. But, you know, I guess in short, you know, yes, there is opportunities for our token holders to earn revenues directly from that. One thing I might add, just to be mindful that it does take time to get the sort of scale where, you know, the revenues are somewhat meaningful. And basically that's our job to deliver that to you know, the platform and to our community of token holders. But I think, you know, once again, we're focusing on some of the key things that will allow us to earn those revenues and deliver that value to the token holders.
And I see you've got a loyalty program, but will you be doing like a referral program where if I bring friends and family onto the platform, I get some sort of reward? If we've lost Omar now.
I might take that again if nobody wants to answer that. Yeah, there's definitely a rewards program that is tied to bringing other people on board. So there is a referral program where, you know, if you do, once you're on board yourself, refer a number of users, then you will capture extra rewards tokens for having done so. And obviously, you know, that essentially is one of the ways that we can grow our user base. You know, one of the other ways is obviously, you know, some of the things that we've talked about earlier on the call, and that is around having the right sort of content and the right sort of influencers, possibly creating content and then trying to commercialize that through the mechanism by which, you know, of which we're creating. But yeah, certainly, I guess family and friends is a key part of that, especially, I guess, when you think about the theme in particular. So if we're talking about, you know, the things that people love and matter to them, we know that families are critical, you know, to that sort of formula. So having them on board to engage and share things that they love, and that there might be particular points in the life or the evolution of a family that they want to commemorate. And I think what that speaks to is how blockchain technology will allow them to do that. And secondly, how we at the LoveChain will allow them to do that. And I think the decentralized storage mechanisms through the blockchain upload or even the NFT creation feature are key parts, you know, of that story. I mean, NFT is not necessarily all about the commercial aspects or, you know, giving people the ability to monetize their content. People might just want to create an NFT for, you know, as a key sort of memento of a moment that they want to share, whether it's as a family or as friends, etc. And, you know, store that in their digital wallet, maybe store it offline in a cold wallet, for example. And the intent doesn't have to be to actually move that content to a marketplace and sell it. You know, they can print it out, key points, and, you know, showcase it, you know, share it with their family again if they want. I mean, from the perspective of making that private, they don't have to share that to the public feed, so they don't have to share any of those moments to the public feed. That could be something they could share privately within their own sort of family base or friend base.
Hey, Omar, and is part of the team going out there to get partnerships with LoveChain and the approaching influential influencers? I imagine at first it'd be easier to sort of approach crypto influencers on, say, YouTube and Twitter and, and ask them to come and try out your platform.
Yeah, so we've already started to engage, and we've already got partnerships on board. So we've partnered with, you know, one of the largest rugby teams, as they call it in Australia. Those from Australia would know rugby league. So we've partnered with one of the largest rugby league teams, and, you know, they will be you know, promoting our product once we go live, and giving it out to all their large membership. We've got a number of ambassadors from their team, and they're you know, they played for their country in rugby league. So we've got those ambassadors. We've got a number of other ambassadors that will be coming on board as we go live in a number of different creative industries. We're going to be having, like, as we said earlier, we'll be having, you know, referral programs, which will be part of our organic growth cycle. So we'll be giving away, for example, like, you know, X amount of NFTs for free, or creation of NFTs for free with the referrals. So it will be part of our program, and definitely influencers is a big part, and ambassadors is a big part of our growth, and partnerships is key for us.
Great, KK. And yeah, decentralized social media platform is great, and, you know, the users are going to own their own data. And I'm wondering, yes, around the decentralized social media platform.
Hey, Glenn, mind if I just interject? I want the team to just touch on something, if it's okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks. Omar or Adam, if you guys can just touch on the corporate side a little bit more. I think in this space, a lot of people are sort of getting tired of coins that are launched by the younger crowd, those Inu type coins and those meme type coins, and there's no real sort of backing behind them, no real corporation. So I kind of find it interesting that you guys have a real entity. Maybe you can speak just a little bit about the corporation and sort of how you got it started and sort of go down that route a little bit, if you don't mind, Glenn, if that's okay.
Great.
Yeah, I can. Sorry, I can kick off, Omar, if you want. So Omar and I have been working on this project for about 3 years now, and we've always wanted to ensure that the project had real utility, there was a real use case there, that it was able to cross over between mainstream and also the crypto sphere. And given our backgrounds in the corporate world, mine being obviously, I mentioned before, in the corporate lawyer and in business, and Omar as a equities trader, hedge funds, and so forth for over 25 years, and also been involved in businesses and so forth. We really wanted to ensure that we were building something that had real backing, that there is a business behind it all. There is a vision. This isn't something that we're looking at doing just over a few months, but this is a 3, 5, and more year plan. We are mindful of having everything in place that allows us to ensure that we're able to scale, and that we're able to scale at the correct pace, that it's calculated, that's measured, and that we really are building a real business that will support the token, that will support the price of the token, and also, more importantly, support the app as well.
Great. And yeah, what I was going to say before, decentralized social media platforms, great. And that's, when you're going to expand that compared to decentralized ones, which are getting messier and messier each year, it seems.
Here I get social media and blockchain integration.
Oh, Omar, we're losing you again.
Out there.
Must be in a bad part of town.
Yeah, I'm in a doesn't sound like a good part of town right now. Can you?
Nah, you're still breaking up.
Still putting out.
Maybe take 2 steps to the left.
Yeah. I was wondering, if you're offering educational sort of packages for new investors that will be new to crypto on the social platform, as we're going mainstream with crypto, you can expand into that. So some photographers, musicians might want to come onto the platform, and influencers, but they don't know how crypto works. So will you be making a lot of educational material available?
KK or Adam, can you take that, since I think Omar is...
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, most definitely. That's part of our onboarding, part of our journey. As I said initially, it's all about focusing on those that have, understand the crypto space, had, integrated wallets. So, that's our focus to start off with. But as we expand and as we focus on more users, it's all about education for us. So yeah, absolutely. It'll be videos, tutorials, partnerships that we already have with, we're bringing on board, we're bringing on, another example is, a basketball association that focuses on schools in their areas, and bring on them. It's all about education from a young age and bringing them through the crypto space, getting them to understand how to use a wallet, getting them to understand what an NFT is, and how that integrates into decentralization, and the advantage of decentralization, the governance of decentralized storage, and at the end of the day, having fun, because at the end we're a social media app. So like that they look at in the Web 2 space, we're exact same, but we've got all the other benefits of the decentralization, the governance and so forth. And, we're not controlled by one central party that's profiting from it. So that's what we're all about. And yeah, education is prime for us.
Okay, great, KK.
Guys,
And
can you hear me now?
I can
Yeah,
hear
it's
you
better.
now.
Okay, what I want to do, is I want to just address the issue of decentralization, and that you were mentioned earlier. I mean, the LoveChain is actually a what you'd call a hybrid. As I was saying earlier, there have other attempts at sort of introducing blockchain technology to social media, and I think the technology at the time just wasn't where it needed to be. I think basically what you've got is probably a better opportunity now with where blockchains are in terms of their speed, etc. So what we've done is we've created a hybrid which brings essentially the key parts of blockchain technology that can be used, such as decentralized storage, governance, the creation of NFTs, on-chain rewards, etc. Right, and introduce that to a platform that has got centralized elements in terms of systems that blended give the opportunity for a really, I guess, good user experience. So we're not totally decentralized at the moment, but we are bringing elements of decentralization to the platform.
I see, Omar. And what's the marketing strategy going forward? How are you going to promote the social media platform and the token?
I think the key thing here is that the actual crypto community that are already well versed in much of the I guess literature, the terms that blockchain technology brings, experiences with decentralized central exchanges. That's the low hanging fruit. That's essentially where our market strategy is in focus. However, through design apps, we're making it.
Yeah, Omar, we're losing you again. Yeah.
We're trying to make it very easy for our users to act. Those well versed in so and all that. Where did it go? Sorry.
Yeah, we're getting every other word from you. Adam, you want to take over on that question for marketing?
I'll jump in.
Or KK?
I'll jump in.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, a big part of it is obviously, as we've mentioned and harping on about, is the micro and macro influencers. That's a big part of it. We are, doing quite a bit on the PR, buzz, obviously through major partners, like we said, football teams, some of the large influencers that are going to be coming on board that, you just stay tuned. We can't divulge some of them yet, but stay tuned. There'll be some, very significant influencers that'll be coming on board. We're going to be doing in-app promotions like exclusive NFT collections. There'll be a paid media strategy through, the main paid media avenues to grow our marketplace and grow our application. And then, the core Web3 crypto community, once again, through influencers and through our different summits and so forth that we're going to be involved in. So, that's going to be a big part. And we're going to be running some competitions, which we have in the past. But there's going to be, as we go live, some major competitions that will get a lot of eyes on us and a lot of excitement for usage of our application.
Great, KK. Let's open it up to the rest of the team. If anyone's got a question for the LoveChain team here, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Glenn. Was listening in, and it sounds super exciting. First off, yeah, we need more people to have wallets, right? Everybody's using social media, everybody's online, everybody's following their favorite influencers now. The question is, how do we get these people in DeFi space? And having a social platform like this is the key, I think. So You mentioned a few things now. You said something about the KYC that's going to be mandatory, and I think that that'll be for the content creators, right? Like people will be able to use to see the content on the platform without being an actual KYC user, right?
Yeah, I think what you've mentioned there is actually an important point. That there will be a ability to view content without going through the full onboarding process, right? But there will be limitations around that. That might not be part of the initial release, but it will be an important part of scaling the platform and introducing people who don't have familiarity with digital wallets and other things. So I was going to highlight that point a little bit earlier on. And I think some of the other social media platforms have done that to a degree, where you could actually view content without actually going through the onboarding, the entire onboarding process. So that will be possible.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's a huge opportunity here because, as Glenn mentioned with the educational content, you said you're targeting first the crypto people. Well, crypto people are very knowledgeable, right? And once they start creating educational content, say for the crypto space, and they're earning on that, and they're incentivizing people to come to the platform, and then they're getting referrals from that, I think it can be very beneficial for people to actually switch over, or not even switch over, but say even if they are present on Twitter, YouTube, and everything else, it could be very lucrative for them to incentivize people to move over, not just to create DeFi users out of them, but for their own gain as well. So it's super exciting for influencers as well. So I'm thinking, you mentioned the initial releases and everything. Is there like an MVP, a beta version? When can people get their hands on it and see how it all works?
Yeah, definitely. Every platform goes through an evolution, and there are different versions that are, released over time. None of the platforms as we see them today looked or were that way when they initially launched. So we're very mindful of a development sort of program that takes into requirements that will bring in whether it's efficiency or new features as we go along. And then there's the open feedback that we'll get from the community as well. Uh, so in terms of the MVP itself, I mean, we are going through some testing at the moment with our beta version. We are going to open that up a little bit more over the next few weeks. But certainly, I guess the key thing here is that the launch is not too far away for the public in terms of the app itself. And the other thing to take into account with what you mentioned earlier is that people who are not familiar with cryptocurrency or and those sort of things. One of the key things that we are integrating into the platform are some educational pointers that will allow them to learn as they go along with how to best make use of the platform. And that's you have new technology that allows a dumb
Oh, we're starting to lose you again, Omar.
yeah, yeah,
Guys, I'll
Yeah,
just
it's
I'll
good to
just
know
add a
there, Omar.
couple of items there. So we've got a roadmap we're working on. So we do have a beta version that's out there at the moment to closed community, but there's a number of items where they're working on now to integrate. So we got we're using Fireblocks for our wallets, so we're integrating the wallets, we're integrating our reward system, integrating the governance system. We're working with Frankie One on the KYC integration, and we're in the process of deploying all that and a number of other features to submit to the Apple App Store. And we're going with Apple initially, and we will be deploying on them very shortly to get approval. And then once we get approval there, we'll go to the Android store. And we're working on NFT marketplace design and development. So, we're a couple of months away of an actual public launch, but we will launch the beta version to the community, as Omar said, very shortly, so everyone can start using it. but we'll have the full public launch that's a couple of months away. It's going to be in Q4, so we're not far away where we'll have the full functional version.
Yeah.
Another important point to make. Sorry, another important point to make is that with social media apps and platforms, they're never complete. You're always developing. You're always creating new features. You're always thinking of new features. We have a map. We've mapped out a number of stages of new features that we want to integrate and bring into the platform. But I'm sure there's many other features that none of us in our team have actually even thought of yet that we will then bring in and build into the app over the next 12, 18 months and beyond. So that's an important thing to also to take into consideration, is that we're always going to be developing, always adding new features, always looking at feedback that we're getting and looking to build things that is acceptable to the community and that the community want.
Yeah,
I think we can also add, Adam, to that most people hold around 8 social media apps. That's the average statistic on how many social media apps users hold. So we don't necessarily have to take people away from platforms, but more introduce them to some of our unique features.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you said 8, I was thinking, oh, 8. I don't think people use. But then I thought about, oh wait, I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and all this, and it's like, yeah, it sounds about right, And I think there's a huge opportunity with the way you guys are going about it, right? Because you mentioned the platform is going to be fun. It's going to have a lot of content, right? So if people come, download the app, whatever, for the content and go through it, and then all of a sudden they realize that, oh wait, I actually have a wallet as well, and I can actually just KYC and create some nice NFTs myself, and get sort of sneaked in to the DeFi space, by being onboarded to a cool social platform. I think that could be like a really cool opportunity for everyone. So yeah, it's looking really exciting to me.
Thank you.
Sorry, the biggest item we have
Okay.
is this application is a business, right? So with all the revenue streams we discuss, with X amount of users, we'll be generating a profit in quick succession. So the token price and all the rest will take care of itself. If we've got a business with generating revenue, generating a profit with X amount of users that is on the application, that is not heard of in our space, right? So that's what we're all about. It's one, yes, we want to make sure that we're creating content. We've got creators that are getting rewarded, but also we've got, we've created an application that is revenue generating, that's profit generating, and obviously with the growth of users, it only exponentially grows. So that's extremely exciting for a project in the Web3 space.
And just further to the point of, we are building a business. Another important thing is that we are fully funded. So we're fully funded for development, for marketing, for launch, for post-launch, and so forth. So we are, like I said before, we're really mindful of how we approach things and how we build the platform, how we launch it, how we build this business, which is to support the token price, the platform, and everything. And once that all launches, then everything should just move on from there.
And Adam, let's move on to community investor questions. Let's see, Syed, you had a question for the LoveChain team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so as we are running short on time, so quick question. So I was wondering that will the LoveChain platform provide content creators with built-in video and photo editing tool as well?
Were you asking if they're going to allow for video? Is that, if I heard correctly? It was sort of wasn't clear
Yeah,
the line.
yeah, I can repeat that. So I was wondering that will the LoveChain platform provide content creators with built-in integrated video and photo editing tool for editing their videos and then uploading on your platform?
That is certainly a feature that we've discussed, and that in time will be likely to be built into the app. But it's something that we have considered. Obviously, we'll not be in the first version or so of the app, but it is something that has been considered. Yes.
Okay, another quick question. Yeah,
along with
carry on.
live streaming as well, is going to be, an
Yeah.
early part of our launch.
Okay, got it. And another quick question. So I was thinking that will users be able to report any inappropriate content that is against the love chain guidelines or terms and conditions?
Yes, they will be. They'll be able to report it. They'll be able to block users that they don't want to be interacting with, and they'll be able to obviously report inappropriate content and other users that are acting inappropriately across the platform. That we then have the ability to provide warnings to, and also to take down content or block their accounts.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you for your questions.
Thank you for the question, Syed. And will the platform be available globally, or will you roll it out in Australia first and then move on into the rest of the world?
Look, it's a social media platform, so it is obviously a global platform, but we will be targeting some key markets. Obviously, Australia, because we are Australian-based business, Australian-based platform project. We're also going to be looking at the US, North America, parts of Europe, but also importantly, other countries where we know there is a large uptake and interaction with social media platforms. And they are countries such as the Philippines, Brazil, India, Turkey, and some other countries like that we know where there is a high usage rate of social media.
Okay,
I might,
great. Okay,
just add something to that. I might just add something to that, guys. In terms of the geolocations that we could or should be targeting, I guess, given the pathways that will be available for users to monetize their content or their creations, it's sort of envisionable that you could see it taking off in places where you know earnings are probably on the lower scale, globally in terms of what the average earnings are, and so it gives users in those parts of the world the opportunity to maybe let their creative skills go to work and earn them some currency. So I think that's also something that we've definitely are looking at, and one of our community moderators actually highlighted that to us as well a few days ago. So I think the scope is fairly flexible, but it offers quite a bit to the users. It just comes down to how you want to utilize it and extract the most out of it.
Omar, let's move on to another question. Benish, you had a question for LoveChain. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Actually, I have a couple of the questions, but I'll just ask one or two. We are running out of the time. Okay. As we all know, that Mark Zuckerberg used the term meta, and we know the social media platforms he created were really innovative at that moment. And now he's working on the metaverse to revolutionize the concept of social interaction via internet. Even we saw a video where they are trying to enable touch senses into the metaverse. So I think it will be the biggest competitor you will be faced in near future. So do you guys have any contingency plans to tackle this competition and make your users stay committed to LoveChain?
Very good question. I think in terms of what Zuckerberg's doing with Meta, it's obviously fairly complex, and they've got far more resources than we do. I think what we're aiming for is to do the best with what we have, but for sure, one thing that we are considering is our vision for what our platform might look like in the future, and that will include introducing things such as AI, and giving people the opportunity to edit their creations in app. I think it really comes down to the user experience and what the user is really going to aim for in terms of what they want to get out of a platform. I think there is something to be said for trying to do too much too soon. So I think whilst we are aware of the scope and the way that technology is changing and what it allows us to do, I think what we are, going to focus on in the early stages is creating a niche that really complements our key differentiating factors and build off that.
Important point. We are the
Okay.
original. We are the first to create, an NFT from your social content. So we are the OGs in this. So we're going to focus on what our core is and make sure we are the best at what we do with that core. And yes, we're going to expand, as Omar said, into the AI and all the rest as we evolve. But we are the first to create it. It is such a simple process with creating an NFT on our platform. It is just tapping a button. It can't be simpler. And you'll see a lot of our marketing activity around that because it is that simple.
Okay, understood. And thank you so much for answering it.
Good
Okay,
question.
and with the NFT marketplace you mentioned in there, KK, how much will it cost in the tokens? Is it the Love token for investors to mint an NFT?
We're launching it. It's going to cost $1. So, which is if anyone's minting an NFT on our other platforms, such as major platforms like OpenSea, it's significantly a lot more than that. But we want to get volume and scale, so it's going to be as little as $1.
I might just add to that we are looking to introduce mechanisms by which, like, you get a certain number of NFTs for free, and we want to engage our community. So if you bring on introduce new users to the platform, then you'll be able to create more NFTs for free. But ultimately there'll be some boundaries around that, because we all know that putting a transaction on chain does require transaction fees. And also for us, there's the opportunity around revenue generation, specifically with that feature that other platforms don't have available to them. We don't want to uh, be restrictive, but we also want to be mindful of delivering and capturing value for our token holders over time. But we also want to really get behind that feature and have our users embrace and utilize the key features such as that, including the decentralized storage, blockchain upload feature, and the wallet integration. So getting them to use the wallets, so we give utility to the tokens as well, where they can be used as currency, not just in our NFT marketplace, but in the e-commerce marketplace as well. And I think over time, the idea is that with tokens that have utility and sort of are deriving value from revenues that are captured, you've got a user base that is engaged and loyal, and also fairly active as well.
And
Great. Let's
one
move on.
important feature on the e-commerce marketplace, we already have over 500 signed up merchants that are going to be, that have signed up with us. And, some of them are, core about the love economy. We've got like florists, we've got chocolatiers, we've got hotels, we've got, sporting goods, so, focus on, the love economy of such things like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, and so forth. So we've got a lot of merchants in our e-commerce marketplace that have already signed up before we've gone live. So, that's, a big part of our community and a big part of, obviously, the revenue generation outside the NFT marketplace.
Okay, great, KK.
I
Let's
think,
move on.
sorry, Glenn, before we sort of move on, I want to just mention the team, right? We would never be here without, we've got such a great team, from engineers to, our full stack, engineers front and back, to our creative officers, to our marketing team, to our product managers, to our partnership managers, to our social media team. So, we've got a really, really kick-ass team that have really worked hard to get us to where we are today, and working, day and night, especially in these times as we go live on the exchanges and as, the app's about to launch. So I just want to, put a big shout out to them. Some of them are listening, some of them might be sleeping, but definitely a shout out. They've done an amazing job.
Okay, let's move to Aisha. You had a question for the LoveChain team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So it's mentioned on your white paper that the LoveChain integrated wallet is able to facilitate cryptocurrency as well as fiat transactions. I was wondering, how will users be able to deposit fiat in the integrated wallet? I mean, do users have to connect their bank account, or the LoveChain integrated wallet will have debit card attached to it for users to transfer fiat?
That's a debit card integration. So you're right. You obviously can't deposit fiat into a digital wallet, but yeah. So it's optional. You don't have to. You can just deposit your crypto that is supported by our framework into the wallet. But if you want to pay with fiat, and this is a part of the strategy to appeal to a broad range of users, then attaching a debit card to facilitate payments either through the NFT or the e-commerce marketplace will be an option.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you for answering.
Thank you for the question, Aisha. Unfortunately, we're running out of time now. It's been great speaking to the LoveChain team here today. As we always say, welcome to us for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice, but you can check out the website, the white paper, and the official socials. They're in our main chat. And if you've got any questions after the AMA, I'm sure you can head over to their socials and they'll be able to answer any questions after the AMA. But I think we've got Spin the Wheel as well today. So we've got 2 lucky winners for $50 each. You there, Acti?
Yeah. Let me bring up the wheel here with everybody's names. Let me know if you can see it, Glenn. Let me shuffle it around. We'll do 2 spins for $50 each. So, as Glenn mentioned, guys, the chat is still locked. We have all the official links right there. I encourage everyone to just go to the official website. Don't get lost along the way, and just look around. Look around and find the white paper is what I'm suggesting. It's quite extensive, and just take 15 minutes of your time, go through it, see what's there, and then dive a little bit deeper. I know there's hardly enough time to talk in depth about a project of this magnitude, but if you do have questions, make sure to join their channel, and I'm sure there's somebody there that can answer any and all of your more, say, technical stuff or any other things that you would like to learn. And let me get our second winner here. This gentleman.
So can I just, while you're bringing it up, can I just put a shout out? Next tomorrow we are going live on the DEX, so we'll be on PancakeSwap tomorrow, the 7th at 10 a.m. EDT time. So those that want to invest and not miss out on the opportunity to be part of the launch on the DEX, yeah, PancakeSwap tomorrow at 10 a.m. EDT.
Thank you very much to Red Plum Tomato, KK, Adam, and Omar for coming today. It's a big social media platform you're building, so it's really exciting for our community investors to hear about it today. And take care. I'll finish the recording, send over a copy for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into our main chat for our investors that couldn't join the call today.
Well, thank you.
Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. Thanks for having us.
That was
Thank you very much.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
everybody.